Hello, session number 37. I hope all is going well in this third lockdown and we're all following the rules, I'm sure. And just take your mind off it a little bit. Here's 45 minutes of Pilates. So concentrating hard on your body and your breathing. Starting off with that posture check. Back of the head, shoulder blades, buttocks and heels up against that imaginary wall. Open the chest. Tailbone pointing down. Do that zip up and hollow. Pulling up and pulling in. And clenching the buttocks a little bit so that the hips will roll out a little bit. And the knees and the arch of the foot will be automatically lifted. And then of course breathing full and wide into the ribs, then you don't interfere with you pull up and pull in. Taking a breath in, and as you breathe out, float the arms up to shoulder height and breathing in to float down. Exhaling to lift and inhale to lower. Try not to rock forward or back, keeping the weight even between the balls of the feet and the heels. And then gradually increase the range of movement and lift the arms up that little bit higher. Reaching up. As you exhale, inhale, bring the arms down. Try and keep the back of the head, the shoulder blades, the buttocks and the heels up against that imaginary wall. Lifting up and pushing down. And then add a circle. Reach up and then sweeping all the way round and open the chest like those shoulder blades down. Reaching forward all the way up and sweeping all the way around. Nice big arm circle, just as big as you can. Maybe exhale all the way up and then inhale to sweep round and back and down. And then adding on to that, reaching up, sweeping round, and then hold, keep those shoulders back, and then slide hand down seam of the trouser leg, rib to hip, and then to the other side, reaching down, back to the beginning, reaching forward, up, round and back and down. Start to warm up the shoulders, shoulder girdle, and then a big burn to the side as you exhale, inhale back, exhale down to the side, and inhale back. So a big reach forward, all the way up, round, back and down. Just warming up those shoulders and then the spine, getting flexibility into your spine. Try and keep the weight even between the feet, everything below the waist still. Then add a roll down onto that, lovely roll down. Drop the chin, keep the arms close into the legs and slowly head down, 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 down. Keep that tummy button pulled up and in. Hold that there and then slowly come up. Arms close into the legs and then shoulders back and down. And back to the arm circle, reaching forward all the way up, round and back and down. And then that big bend to the side. Try not to twist at all, just literally straight down to the side. Then add that lovely roll down. Drop the chin and keep the arms close in. Just let your breathing flow and head down towards the toes just as far as you can. Try not to lock the knees and then nodding the head just to release any tension. Shake, 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 shake the head. And then slowly come up. Let the arms dangle and bringing the head up last. Shoulders back and down. Just warming up, reaching forward, up and round and back and down. And then again, that big bend to the side. Gently bringing it back, just rib to hip. And then the roll down, just dropping the chin, lead with the head and the arms. Keep those knees relaxed, holding up that tummy to support you back all the way down. Maybe go that a little bit further and then nodding. Use the weight of the head and then shake, 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 shake the head. And then slowly coming up, all the way up against that imaginary wall. Shoulders back and down. And then into a little squat. And then as you go down, just wrap the arms around, give yourself a little hug, and then as you come up, open the arms. So knees going straight forward over the toes, changing the crossover with the arms. So if you've got the right arm on the top, next time you put the left arm on the top, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Work that posture muscle across the upper back. Pulling back. And take all the weight into the heels. So you're not pushing the weight into the knees. Warming up hips, knees, engaging the thighs and the buttocks. And then one more time, squeezing back. Knees straight forward, don't forget to hold on to that orange. And then bring the arms down and just Put the hands behind you, rest them in the small of your back. And then just squeeze those shoulder blades together and release. Exhale to squeeze and inhale to release. Just watch you don't jut your chin forward. Keep the back of the head up against that imaginary wall and the chin down over the peach. Just squeezing back. Really work that posture muscle across the upper back to open the chest. And it's just an exhale to pull back and inhale to release. And then just one more time, big squeeze back. And keep the chest open, the hands slide down, seeing the trouser leg. Keeping the shoulders back and down. Then if you can, take a big step back with the right foot. Just shuffle back a little bit. Keep the hips pointing forward so they're not twisting. Headlamps on the hip bones pointing forward. And then taking it down and pushing up. Now if you find that's too much for the knees, just bring the knees back together again and do the little squat with the legs together instead. So you're just sliding down that imaginary wall. You're not leaning forward at all. Straight down, straight up again. And then on the next one, just hold down, hold on to a big beach ball and keep that squat going. Make sure that that knee doesn't go any further forward than the toes. And then twist as you exhale and inhale back. Exhale, twist and inhale back, but nothing moving below the waist. Remember those hips pointing forward, the headlamps on the hip bones pointing forward, and just twist. If it's not comfortable with the arms there, you could do prayer and do the little twist. And if it's not comfortable with the feet in those positions, then just bring the legs back in together, stand up tall, keep the headlamps pointing forward and just do the twisty bit. And then when you've completed equal numbers of twists in both directions, just coming back to the start position and change legs. Just shuffle the foot back and then bending both the knees if you can. If not, then you can just stay with the knees, the legs together. Just sit and lift. Getting some flexibility into those hips and knees. But remember, you're just sliding down that imaginary wall. So you're not leaning forward at all. Of course, there's an element of balance going on here as well. And then on the next one, hold it down. Hold the beach ball or go into the prayer position. Keep the nose in line with the sternum all the time and just twist. Exhale to twist, inhale to bring it back and make sure everything below the waist stays stuck in concrete. Keeping the shoulders back and down and that neck in line. Remember that you can stand up nice and tall, bring the feet together and just do the twisty bit. Working into the waist, giving some flexibility of course into your spine and switching on those core muscles, keep the zip up and hollow to balance. And then maybe one more time either side, because you know me, I never know how many I've done. And then just bring it back to the start position. And then from here, focusing forward, focusing the eyes forward, perhaps on something that doesn't move. Just push up onto the balls of the feet and float the heels down. Lifting up and floating down. Lifting the arms up a little bit higher, just as we did at the beginning, with each one. Working into those calf muscles, strengthening the ankles, spreading out the toes to spread the load. Straight up through that piece of string in the centre of your head. So you're not going forward or back, straight up, straight down. And then add the circle. So pushing all the way up, and then as you come down, circle the arms round and back and down. Reaching forward all the way up, sweeping round and back and down. Again, to open the chest. Nice big arm circle, getting lots of flexibility into the shoulders. And then pushing up as high as you can, spreading out the toes. What about closing the eyes? See what happens when you close your eyes. All the way up, sweeping round. If it's too much, of course, maybe you could just do one eye and then swap and do the other eye. But if you can, keep both those eyes closed, really challenging your balance. And then chest, relax. Bring the arms back down by. And then if you just like to get your mat and stand on the back of your mat. Back of the head, shoulder blades, buttocks and heels still up against that imaginary wall. And then just reach the arms forward, do that big arm circle all the way around and back and down. Keep the chest open. Do a big bend to one side, bring it back to centre. Big bend to the other side. And then add that lovely roll down. Just peel yourself off the wall like a piece of wet wallpaper. Head down towards the toes, just as far as you can, keeping the knees relaxed. Nodding the head. Shake, 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 shake the head. And then bend the knees a little bit and walk out onto the hands and knees. If you are not happy on the hands and knees, just go into a sitting position and I'll give you an alternative to this in a moment. So just tucking that pelvis under, cup of tea on the back of your pelvis, to keep that pelvis absolutely stable. Slide your shoulder blades down your back. Lengthen through the neck, shoulders are directly above the hands, keeping the weight forward. So you're keeping your hips over your knees, you're not taking them back over your heels. And then from there, take a breath in as you breathe out. Just pick your left hand up and slide the hand through, literally just behind the other hand. And go down if you can until the shoulder touches the floor. Hold to breathe in and breathing out, push back up. And then change to the other side. Always keeping that cup of tea still. So keeping that pelvis tucked under slightly. So you turn the palm up and you slide it through, literally just behind the other hand. So the weight stays right forward. Hold to breathe in and breathing out, push. So you're really working into your bigger wing department. Just sliding through, bending that supporting elbow until the shoulder touches. Head goes down if you can. If not, just go as far as you can. And then push up again. So really working into the backs of the arms. And of course, getting flexibility into your spine. Pushing up. Now, if you are sitting just with the legs straight or bent or crossed, you can go into prayer, look over your fingertips and just do the twisting motion. Keep the neck in line with the spine and just do the twisty bit. However, if you're still going on the hands and knees, here's your next add-on. So you're sliding through. Remember, you're not bringing the hand close into the knees. You're keeping it literally just behind the other hand. Take it down and then put the other hand palm on top of palm. Hold it there and then turn the head and look up at the arm as you reach up towards the ceiling. Still got that cup of tea on the back of your pelvis. And then bring the hand down, palm on top of palm. Bring the hand underneath the shoulder and push. Really feel the backs of the arms working, or the back of that arm anyway. And then you go to the other side. So you pick the hand up, slide through, bend the supporting elbow. Hold it there. Put the other hand, palm on top of palm. And then lift up towards the ceiling. Turn the head, look up at that hand. Hold it there briefly, bring the hand down, palm on top of palm. And then bring the hand underneath the shoulder and push up. And bring it back. Now if you're sitting, your alternative to that one is reaching out in front and then just turn the head and look along the arm. So you're getting that flexibility into your shoulder and of course the neck too. You can just do that instead. While if you're still going with this one, there's more add-ons to come. So you slide the hand through, bend the elbow, head goes down. And remember, if this is too much and the head doesn't go all the way down, then just do the first bit. Just stay with the first bit. You don't have to put the palm on top of palm. You don't have to lift the arm up and turn the head. But if you are managing that, what about sliding the leg out on the same side as the arm that's up towards the ceiling? Really challenge your balance. Hold it maybe to breathe in, then breathing out, slide the knee back in, bring the hand back on top of the palm, breathing in, breathing out, push up again and swap it to the other side. So you're sliding through, keep the weight forward, palm on top of palm. And then as you lift the arm up, you slide the leg out directly behind you. Turn the head, look up at the arm, hold and balance. Gently bring the hand back down, then bring the hand underneath, sliding the leg back in and push up. And again. So you go sliding through, hand palm on top of palm, lift the arm and slide the leg, hold and balance, don't forget to turn and look up at the arm, and then gently sliding the leg back in, hand comes under, pushing back up. But of course you don't have to do all of it, you could stay with the first bit, you could just do the slide through, and then put the palm on top of palm, and then you hold it there, and then come back. Or you slide the leg out, you lift the arm up. Hold and balance, turn the head. Bring the hand back, slide the knee in, and push up again. Now, of course, there is one more add-on if you're at all interested. You would slide the hand through, hand goes on palm on top of palm, slide out leg, lift arm up and hold. Then you know what's coming next. You lift the leg and you balance. A little bit tricky, foot down, arm down, slide in, hand under, push, and then swap to the other side. If that's too much for you and you're doing sitting, come onto your front and just do alternate leg lifts. So you're working into your buttocks now, giving the upper body a little bit of a rest. And if you are still up on your hands and knees, then to try and add that leg lift in. Just to slide through, keep that weight forward, palm on top of palm. Slide out leg, lift up arm, turn head, lift leg. If you can, hold and balance. Toes come down, hand palm on top of palm. Hand goes under, you slide the leg in, and you push up. And then just keep doing those until you've had enough. Lots of flexibility and mobility. And of course, buttocks and waist and backs of the arms working. Then just sit back onto the heels. Let the forehead rest down if you can. Take the arms behind your palms up and rotate those wrists. If not, of course, you just sit on your bottom, swing your legs round in front of you, reach over the beach ball for your toes and rotate those wrists. You've been doing lots of load bearing on your wrists if you've been on the hands and knees, promoting bone growth into those wrists. And we've had a good stretch there, just coming into a sitting position. So if you've been sinking back onto the heels, just swing round into sitting, please. Sitting up nice and tall, and then just bring the soles of the feet together. So not close in, just so that you can bring the soles of the feet together. The back up nice and straight. That is not comfortable. You can, of course, just sit with the knees up, feet flat on the floor in alignment. And then hold on to a big beach ball on the chest. Keep the shoulders down, chin down over the beach. And just start nice and easy with a pelvic tilt. Bring the hip bones into the bottom of the rib cage into the hips, and lengthen up. Breathing in to tilt, scooping out the tummy, breathing out to lengthen. It's got a nice straight back. If that is not comfortable, just hold on behind the thighs and do pelvic tilt and lengthen up. The sun's just come out. Just tilt and lengthen up. Make sure the shoulders don't come up round the ears. Just tilting and lengthening. But you can, if you can, have the soles of the feet together, hold on to the beach ball and just tilt and lengthen. And then see if you can, tilt, and then as you breathe out, roll back a little bit onto the back of your pelvis. Hold to breathe in and breathing out, C shape up and straighten. Breathing in to tilt, breathing out to roll back. Hold to breathe in and breathing out, C shape up. C shape up. You really feel those tummy muscles work. If, however, that's too much, knees up, feet flat on the floor, still got the nice straight back. Hold on behind the thighs. Tilt the pelvis as you breathe in and breathing out to roll back. So again, watching those shoulders don't creep up around the ears. Hold to breathe in and breathing out to lengthen. You can do that instead. Otherwise, your soles of the feet together. You've got the beach ball. You're tilting and rolling back. Hold to breathe in, looking forward over the ball, and then lengthening up. Now, if you wanted to make it just a little bit more challenging, you can bring your hands into prayer. Glue the thumbs into the chest, looking over the fingertips, shoulders down. Breathing in to tilt, breathing out to roll back. Hold to breathe in and breathing out. Keep the C shape, straighten at the end. It's just a little bit more challenging, but you can still hold on to the beach ball and you can still have your knees up and hold on behind the thighs. You can decide. But if you can, hardest version, then adding a little twist. Tilt and roll back. Hold to breathe in and breathing out to twist. Breathing in, bring it back. Breathing out, keep the C shape and come back up right onto the pointy bones of your bottom so you know your back is nice and straight. Tilt as you breathe in, breathing out to roll back. Keep those shoulders down. Hold to breathe in, breathing out. You're not twisting your head, you're twisting your body, looking over the fingertips or the ball, and then bring it back and then C shape up. But keeping everything below the waist still. Having your legs in this position will make it a little bit more challenging because they're not helping you too much. Tilt and roll it back, hold, keep the shoulders down, exhale to twist, inhale, bring it back. Then maybe you could hold it there to breathe in and breathing out, twist immediately to the other side and bring it back and all the way up. But remember, you don't have to do that. You can do any which one of the earlier options. Just tilt, C shape it back, keep those shoulders down and just exhale to twist. Inhale to bring it back, hold it briefly and then twist to the other side, or just go back up and then curl back down and twist to the other side. You can just do one twist, or you can make it more challenging, of course. So you're doing it tilt and roll back and hold to breathe in, breathing out, twist, gently bringing it back, and then maybe open the arms, hold, bring it back. Glue the thumbs in, twist, center, nothing moving below the waist, and lengthen back up, lovely straight back. But if that's too much, of course, you don't need to add that on. So breathing in to tilt, breathing out to roll it back, hold to breathe in, breathing out, twist, breathing in, center, breathing out, open, breathing in, center, breathing out, twist, keep those shoulders down, breathing in, center, and pull back up. Remember, if this is too much, maybe with the legs in this position, you could try doing that, the upper body bit, but with the legs straight. That would make it a little bit easier. You've got all of those options going on there. There's one more little add-on if you're at all interested. Remember, you can leave the arms holding onto the board rather than the chest. That will make it that little bit easier. Try and relax the legs. Tilt and roll back. Hold to breathe in, shoulders down. Breathing out, twist. Breathing in, center. Breathing out, open. Keep those shoulders down. Bring it back. Then you do your twist again, working into the waist. Bring it back. And then one more open. And close. And pull back up and straighten. And again, you decide how many repetitions and which level you can manage. Let's try one more of the harder one. So it's tilt and roll it back, but you can do more. And then do your twist. Remember, you're looking over those fingertips. You're not twisting from the neck. Open, keep the shoulders down, open the chest. Bring it back. Nothing moving below the waist as you twist. Bring it back. One more open. And bring it back. And then slowly up. Well done. And then from there, if you just want to hug the knees into the chest, drop the head over the knees and give yourself a nice stretch. Just hold that there. And then stretch the legs out and reach forward, tilt the pelvis, and with as much control as you can. Remember, you can hold on behind one leg just to help you. Go all the way down, link by link, bone by bone. Use those tummy muscles again. Take the arms over the top of your head. Give yourself a nice big stretch through from the tips of your fingers to the tips of your toes. Get a good stretch there. And because you've been working your waist, you take hold of your right wrist with your left hand, cross your right ankle over your left ankle, and do a big bend to your left side with your upper body. Keep your hips on the floor. Remember, if that is not comfortable for your shoulders, you can always take the hands down the seam of the trouser leg and reach down to the side instead. Get a good stretch down the side. Hold, stretch, and then gently swap to the other side. So you take hold of your left wrist and you give a little tug and you just slide your upper body to your right side, lengthening down that left side. Taking the arms down by your side if it is not comfortable with the arms over your head. Hold and stretch. And then just bring it back to the central position. And then gently, please, just roll over on to your front. Taking the forehead down onto the backs of the hands, sliding the shoulder blades down your back, shoulders away from the ears, lengthening through the legs. Maybe take the legs out into a wider V shape, turn the big toes in towards one another, and let the heels just flop apart to relax the buttocks. Then keeping the tummy button pulled up and in all the time. Shoulders down away from the ears. And don't forget the peach underneath the chin, between the chin and the chest. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, just hover the head and the shoulders off the floor. And breathe in to go down. Exhaling to lift, slide those shoulder blades down your back. And inhale to go down. Keeping the length in the neck. Trying not to push with the arms. Stabilizing only with the arms. And working into your back. Think about lifting up into my hand, or just pressing down between the shoulder blades. So just push up into the hand. Keep the eyes focused on the backs of the hands, so there's no strain on the neck. Remember, you can always turn your head to the side, let your cheek rest, and then turn and look at the hands. And then bring the cheek back down. You can do that instead if that's more comfortable. And then maybe you could leave the hands glued onto the forehead. Exhale to lift, inhale to lower. Just hovering off the floor. Trying to keep the buttocks relaxed. And don't forget your peach. Just lift and lower. If that's too much, of course, you stay with the arms on the floor. And of course, encouraging flexibility into your spine too. So you decide which level, but try and keep those buttocks as relaxed as you can. Now the next level up would be exhale up, inhale, hold. Exhale, extend the arms. And then gently bring them back and slowly down. So you think about exhaling up, inhale, hold. Exhale out, inhale back and gently down. But you decide which level you want to go for here. And also how many repetitions. Reaching forward, make sure you don't shove the shoulders up around the ears. Just go back to work, shoulders working. Reaching forward. And you decide how many you want to do. And then when you've done enough, just come back to the start position. Relax back down. Bring the legs back into alignment. And then bend the knees at a 90-degree angle. Flex the feet, turn the toes towards the floor. Make sure those shoulders are still sliding down away from the ears, keeping the length through the neck. Cup of tea on the back of the pelvis, and then take a breath in, and as you breathe out, just hover the right knee off the floor and breathe in and put it down. Exhale, left knee off the floor and breathe in and put it down. So you're just hovering the knees, engaging the buttocks and fixing there with the hamstring, just as if you're trying to push the sole of the foot into the ceiling. Imprint the sole of the foot. But keeping, of course, that cup of tea still on the back of your pelvis. Make sure the pelvis does not rock from side to side. Be aware of your hip bones on the mat and try and keep them there so you're not rocking your pelvis. Try and keep the neck relaxed, the shoulders relaxed. And then maybe you could try, if you want to, single, single, and then double. So it'd just be a single leg and a single leg, and then both together if you can. If that's too much, of course, you don't need to do that. You can stay with the alternate singles, but trying to keep your upper body as relaxed as you can.
isolating the buttocks. Single, single, or single, single, double, or of course you could just stay, if you can, with the doubles. Lengthening still through the neck. Squeeze the buttocks, adding in the lower back. And again, you do as many repetitions as you want to. Single, 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 double, or just stay with the doubles. And then relax, extend the legs, come up onto the hands and knees, and just sit back onto the heels. Let the forehead rest down, and either reaching forward or back, opening the knees a little bit, maybe get those hips back further, get some stretch in the lower back, and the buttocks that you've worked. Or of course, if that is not comfortable for your knees, remember you can just sit and hug the knees into the chest, drop the head over the knees instead. That will stretch exactly the same muscles. Then of course, you might want to join the two together, or you might not. So if you don't want to, you could alternate between upper and lower, but if you can, see if you could do, maybe lift the upper body, don't forget to bend the knees, lift the upper body and one knee and take it down, and then the other knee and put it down, and then maybe both together if you feel so inclined. Or of course you can add on to that. You can lift the upper body and the arms and the legs, but you decide which level you're going to go for there. Maybe exhale up, inhale down. You can do single leg. You can leave arms on the floor. You decide. You can, of course, add on. Maybe exhale, lift, inhale, hold. Exhale, extend. And then inhale, bend, and down. Then you're adding in some hamstrings as well, making the back that little bit harder. Just lift, extend, bend, and down. But of course, you don't have to do all of it. You can do upper body first. Just lift, extend, and back down. And then you could do the legs. But you decide which level and how many repetitions. Hardest, of course, lift, extend, bend, and down. And then when you've done enough, make sure you do equal numbers on both sides if you're doing alternate legs. And then just come up onto the hands and knees. Arch the back, drop the head, do your lovely angry pussycat stretch. And just press down through the palms of the hands, drop the head, look back between the thighs, tucking that pelvis under. Hold and stretch from the back of your neck to your tail, open up those vertebrae. And because you work lower back and buttocks, sinking back onto the heels. Again, let the forehead rest down, arms behind, arms in front, whichever's comfortable. Or you can sit on your bottom, swing your legs around in front of you. Either reach over the beach ball for your toes, or you could sit and hug the knees into the chest, whichever works better. But you want a lower back buttock stretch here. Breathing still, of course, full and wide into the ribs. Holding that there. And then if you just want to scoot all the way out onto your front, please. If it's comfortable for you, take the forehead down onto the backs of the hands. If it's not comfortable, you can always have the arms down by your side. Let the cheek rest, or forehead down. Peach underneath the chin, and lengthening through the legs. Shoulders, hips, knees and ankles aligned. And then just start off nice and easy with a pelvic tilt. Maybe breathing in to tilt the pelvis, and breathing out to release. So you've always got a little bit of a pull up and a pull in. Think about hovering your tummy button off that little flat hot stone before you start, and then breathing in to tilt the pelvis and breathing out to release. But still keeping the tummy button pulled up off that little flat hot stone all the time. So you've got 30% contraction in the tummy. It's as if you're trying to get your hip bones towards your rib cage, but you can't because your mat is in the way. So it's just breathing in to tilt the pelvis and breathing out to release. Scooping out the tummy. Keeping the neck and the shoulders relaxed. Now you can stay with that if you want to, just isolating those deep abdominal muscles. Or you could come up onto your elbows directly underneath the shoulders. And peach underneath the chin, slide those shoulder blades down your back. Doesn't matter whether you've got palms down, palms up. You can make a fist, you can clasp the hands, you can even cross the arms over, whichever is comfortable for you. Or you can stay on the floor. Slide those shoulder blades down, breathing in to tilt the pelvis, breathing out to release. So just pressing those hip bones into the mat. Now if you want to, you can make that a little bit more challenging by just breathing in to tilt, breathing out, just hover the hips a little bit off the floor, and then gently taking it back down. And breathing in to tilt, breathing out to pick up, hold to breathe in, and breathing out to take it down. Just lifting those hips a little bit off the floor. Breathing in, tilt the pelvis, scoop out the tummy. Breathing out, pick the hips up. Keep those shoulders relaxed. And then gently down. Now you can stay with that one too, if you would like to. And of course you could go back down onto your front at any point and just stay with the pelvic tilt. Or just keep checking those elbows, stay directly underneath the shoulders. And then breathing in to tilt the pelvis, breathing out to pick the hips up off the floor. Hold to breathe in, and breathing out to gently bring it back down again. Breathing in to tilt, breathing out to pick up. Keep that pelvis tucked under. Hold to breathe in, about shoulder height with the hips, and breathing out to gently bring it back down. So breathing in to tilt, breathing out to lift. Keep bringing the hip bones towards the bottom of the rib cage. Try not to stick your bottom up, then you will feel your back contract. Whereas with the pelvis tucked under, you're working your tummy muscles. Really hard work because you're working against gravity here. So breathing in to tilt, breathing out to pick up. Hold to breathe in, and breathing out to gently take it back down again. And of course, you can stay with that if you want to. You can stay with just lifting the hips a little bit off the floor, or you could take your forehead down onto the backs of the hands. However, if you want to, you know what the next level up is. Just making sure I've got my toes on the mat. Tuck your toes underneath you, peach underneath the chin, slide those shoulder blades down. Hold to breathe in and tilt the pelvis, breathing out to pick up. Hold to breathe in, nice straight line from head to heel. And then gently, gently on the out breath, you take it back down. Breathing in to tilt, breathing out to pick up. Hold to breathe in, and breathing out to take it down. That's too much, of course, you revert to one of the earlier options, or you could make it a little bit more challenging. You can breathe in to tilt, breathing out to pick up, hold to breathe in, hold to breathe out, hold to breathe in, and breathing out to go down. So you could hold it for that extra breath if you want to. Breathing in to tilt, breathing out to pick up, hold to breathe in, hold to breathe out, hold to breathe in, and breathing out to take it back down. And again, you decide how many repetitions you would like to do. And then when you've done enough, coming up onto the hands and knees, and just arch the back, drop the head, tuck the pelvis under, and give that back a bit of a stretch. Just easing out your back, drop the head, holding that there, and give you back a really good stretch. And then if you just want to swing round into a sitting position, please. Swing the legs straight round in front of you, sitting up nice and tall. And then reaching forward, tilt the pelvis, and then link by link, bone by bone, with as much control as you can, rolling back and putting one elbow down, the other elbow down. Holding that, keep the shoulders down, lengthen through the legs, bracing the tummy. And then keeping your chin down over your peach. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, just lift the right arm out and reach forward. And breathe in and bring it back. And then exhale the other arm out and breathe in and bring it back. And immediately those deep, deep abdominal muscles will be braced. So just exhale straight out, inhale back, exhale straight out, inhale back. But what you're not doing is when you take your arm out, letting your shoulder drop. So you're keeping your shoulders level as you reach out. You've really got to brace your tummy muscles. Just reaching and bringing it back. And then if that is too much for you, you could always just lie on your back and pelvic tilt. That would be fine. Or you could sit up and do pelvic tilt and roll back and pull up. You could do that one instead. But if you can, it's legs out and elbows directly underneath the shoulders. And you can make it more challenging. So you do exhale out, out, inhale, back and back. And then you'd swap to the other arm. So you alternate the arm that you start with. But make sure when you're doing this that your upper body does not move at all while you extend the arms out. And of course you can stay with the single arm if that's more appropriate. We could do single, single, double. So you decide which level, again, and how many repetitions you want to do. Make sure you do equal numbers on both sides. Keep lengthening through the legs. Make sure they're not looking forward all the time. Maybe one more time, either side, or of course, you can do more. And then when you've done enough, just relax all the way down. Take the arms over the top of your head and give yourself a great big stretch through from the tips of your fingers to the tips of your toes. Lift the rib cage and lengthen through the legs. Really give those tummy muscles a really good stretch. Don't forget to breathe as you lengthen. Lovely stretch. Then if you just want to hug the knees into the chest, bring the head up into the knees, nose to knees, knees to nose, hug in. Maybe one arm around the legs, support the head with the other hand. And just make yourself into a ball. Get a good stretch there. And then putting one foot down, the other foot down. And then just rolling over and pushing up to a sitting position. Take the legs straight out in front of you, lengthening through the legs. And then just pop the hands down by your thighs and reach down towards your ankles. Keep the legs nice and straight. Get a good stretch through those hamstring muscles, pushing forward, holding that there. And then maybe turn the toes up and get a good stretch through those calf muscles too. Hold and stretch. Pushing the heels away from you, maybe take the breath in, and as you breathe out, walk the fingers a little bit further out, pressing the backs of the knees into the mat, keeping the shoulders down. And then relax, coming onto the side, onto the hands and knees, and then walking the hands into the knees, tucking the toes under, hover the knees, push the hips up into the air, walking the hands into the toes with the head down, the knees slightly bent, engaging the tummy and slowly come up. Link by link, bone by bone, up against your imaginary wall again. Shoulders back and down. Lifting the right arm up, drop the hand behind the head and ease the arm back. Stretching the back of the arm into that tricep muscle that you went to the beginning. Give it a good push back. And the other arm. Reaching up, keep the arm by the ear by the arm, elbow pointing up and push back. Keep the tailbone pointing down with that zip up and hollow. And then relax, bringing the arms down by your side, keep the chest open. Drop the right ear while you slide the left hand down, seam of trouser leg. Stretch neck, stretch shoulder. Turn the head gently, look down at that right shoulder.
keeping the chest open. Slowly turn the head, look up and behind, into the left corner. As far back and up as you can without moving your torso at all. And drop the chin into the chest, like those shoulder blades down your back, shoulders away from the ears. Keep the length through the back of the neck. And then just lifting the head up, drop that left ear while the right hand slides down. Stretch the neck, stretch the shoulder. And then turn the head, looking down at that left shoulder. Encouraging flexibility into your neck. Keeping that torso absolutely stable, turn the head and look up and behind to the right. Keeping the chest open, the shoulders back and down. Then gently dropping the chin all the way back down into the chest, lifting the head, and release those shoulders forward, up and round and back and down. Let's get those shoulders moving again. And there you are, that's session number 37. And I hope that 45 minutes-ish, so I'm pretty good at counting, as you know, will at least have taken your mind off the lockdown as it is right now. We'll just have to keep going, and I'll be back again, whether you want me or not, next week. Bye for now. Well done.